Welcome back to another episode of Spin Weekly. My name is Grace Shalom, and we are going to be talking about how to obtain a DIY fiber PhD. What even is a DIY fiber PhD? Other than something really fun to say, it is a path so you can be the master of advancing your fiber education. There's no reason that you need to feel stuck or isolated in a particular level of fiber skills. Just because maybe you don't have a teacher nearby. As a former homeschooler and future homeschool mother, I realized that I had a gaping hole in the kind of education that I was giving you guys, and teaching is really something that I enjoy, so I felt like I needed to fix it really fast. You, above all, don't need me to teach you something. You need to be able to have the tools to learn something. So I'm failing you as a teacher and as a friend and as anybody in your life if I'm not encouraging you to figure out the answers on your own. First off, we have suppliers. Suppliers are an excellent way to get in touch with people, discover new breeds and colorways, and just really open your horizons, because before you can do anything you need some supplies, and a lot of techniques are supply based. So some great places to find suppliers are Etsy. This is especially good because if you use the location filter, you can filter to people nearby you or within your country or whatever you would like to filter. And you can actually shoot those people a message and say, hey, I'm from Bermuda too. Do you know any other local fiber people here in Bermuda? And bingo, there's a potential lead. This is especially good when you're talking to farmers, because a lot of farmers have a small Etsy shop. Second place is actual farms. A lot of farms don't have a online store, but if you find out about them through somebody else, you can go to them, and farmers hang out together. So not only will you be able to have the awesome experience of seeing the fiber walking around on hooves, you also will be able to connect with a whole different side of our fiber community, which is the farming aspect. Which is, in my opinion, something important you need to understand if you're going to be a decent fiber artist, because sometimes the fiber artist, fiber farmer relationship is full of mutual ignorance. So in order to be an ambassador of awesome, you got to educate yourself about their perspective. And the last major place that you can find supplies is the online fiber stores. So my favorite example of this is Paradise Fiber, though there are a lot of other ones out there. Paradise Fiber has pretty much everything you could possibly want, including tools and educational materials and dyes and all that sort of stuff. They also have a YouTube channel they curate, and a blog, and they have a fiber box where you can experience new breeds. So honestly, the whole thing is really cool. When you interact with a supplier, you're going to be interacting with basically their entire network. So you're going to find new things that you didn't know existed. And if they have a blog or a newsletter or an Instagram account or YouTube or whatever, you're going to get a chance to be exposed to new things. Next up, books. Books are one of my favorites, and right here I'm going to stop and give you a caveat. Even if learning from written sources is not your best learning style, please check them out. I am dyslexic, holy moly dyslexic. I don't really do good from written instructions, but I read at a breakneck pace because it is a great way to learn new stuff that I can research in other ways that I learn better. So it's just another way to be exposed to new things. So keep that in mind. Don't skip over any of these, not just books, because it's not your preferred learning style. All roads lead to Rome when you're acquiring knowledge. Do not discount any of them, or you might miss something. And seriously, do we really want to miss any kind of knowledge? I mean, maybe I'm a geek, but that would be a serious problem for me. Books. Books you can find online. You can find them digital books through Etsy, like shameless plug, my books are found on Etsy, links below. You can find them at bigger chain stores like Barnes & Noble. My personal favorite book recommendation for beginners, which is How to Spin and Dye Yarn by Ashley Martineau, is available at Barnes & Noble, and I will never cease to stop being impressed on her behalf, because that's cool. Fiber stores will also have books usually. Fiber suppliers like Paradise Fiber have books. And don't forget magazines. Alright, to my knowledge, there are only 2 fiber arts magazines. Please correct me if there are more, I'd like to read them. And those are Ply, which is launched by J.C. Boggs, and Interweave Spinoff. Both of those are awesome resources. Spinoff you can often find in just your regular bookstores, but Ply usually you have to order online or get it from a fiber store. And if your fiber store doesn't carry books, please go forth, ask them to carry them. They love to know what they should carry. And then once you ask them to be carried, buy them, obviously. If you had not guessed, there is another place to procure written material. If you do not know what I'm talking about or do not have access to one of these places, seriously, right now, shut this video off and go get a library card. Now, if you don't have a library card, you are a sad, sad human being. Unless there is no library in your area, in which case, you have my deepest condolences and I would like to know how to help. Moving on. Libraries are great. If your library doesn't have fiber books actually in the stacks, go ask a librarian for an interlibrary loan because your library system will have them. I use the military library system and they have plenty of fiber books. So if the United States Army carries spinning books, I'm fairly certain yours will too. Just get all the fiber books. Pick up the whole shelf and bring it home. Usually there's only like 20 fiber books ever written and published with a traditional publisher. You can handle all of them. Our third resource is a little known machine. You may not have heard of it, but you should. The Google stuff. Seriously, type in any combination of search words and you will get tons of different resources. You'll be directed to YouTube channels and books and articles and blogs, especially blogs. Blogs sometimes you have to dig for because fiber arts people aren't especially known for their ability to make search engine friendly blogs. Some of them look like they got stuck in like 1999. Ignore that. The information is usually still good. So go searching for blogs and you will be rewarded greatly. Some of the most awesome things happen on blogs. I have linked a few of my favorites down below. In addition to the little known device, the Google, there is an equally little known thing, except for the fact that you're on it, called YouTube. YouTube is your friend. Probably because you're watching my video, you already have discovered the gold mine that is FiberTube. I totally just coined that term right now. I mean, if we can have BookTube, we can have FiberTube, right? FiberTube has tons and tons of cool stuff. There are tons of YouTubers who make a ton of different videos. There are also people who just made one video for a particular technique, like Ashford and Spinalution both have a ton of YouTube videos up. Wench has a ton, Atomic Blue has a ton, Ashley Martineau has a ton, I have a ton. There are a lot of us around. Go check it out. Just like you use the Google, just put in any combination of keywords and you will be golden. Another cool thing are their playlists that people curate, which are great, and the suggested videos on the side. However, use caution. I mean, don't click on like college school girl spins on hot bicycle or whatever. Use your brain, but the suggested videos are usually really good and will send you to related content, and that's a great bunny trail to fall down. Fifth resource is local. IRL people, get out into the world. You have, hopefully, not all of us are so lucky, I'm not that lucky, a local fiber store. This is a great place to meet other people and talk fiber, and even if they're not really fiber friendly, these people already have fallen down the yarny bunny hole and are great recruiting grounds. So usually it's not that hard to convince somebody to try it out. If you're a more experienced spinner, you can even ask if you could teach a lesson. That would be fun. Or just bring your wheel to a knit night and, you know, be an example. Either way, this is a good place to make some connections. Another good place to make connections is a festival. If you can get to any of the Fibre Festivals, no matter how small, please go. Not only does that show that there is a strong fiber community in your area, it's also an excellent way to do cool stuff and meet cool people and learn new awesome stuff. I really like these. I really, really, really like these. They are, yeah. Go to a Fibre Festival. Honestly, if you have a chance, don't miss out. And another big sort of misconception is you have to take a class to learn something while you're there. I have actually never taken classes at Fibre Festival because they're usually really expensive. I go and I hang out at the marketplace, and there's always tons of things happening, and I love to get to know the different vendors, and I always learn hundreds of new things each time. And you get to touch all those awesome things and discover all kinds of new stuff. I can't say enough for a Fibre Festival. If you can go to one, go to one. And lastly, online community. This is the place where a lot of us start out, and it's a good one. There are Facebook groups and Ravelry groups, and my personal favorite is Instagram hashtag groups. So check out all of those different resources and you're gonna find a lot of cool stuff. But I find that there is quite a lot of drama on Facebook groups, so if you're in a really dramatic Facebook group, don't think that all of us are like that, because we're not. And feel free to leave a Facebook group, but don't be dramatic about it. Just go. Ravelry is another good one. I'm not very active on Ravelry. I probably should be, but my heart belongs to Instagram. So, I mean, with all biased, I'm gonna suggest Instagram because it's a beautiful place to see what other people are doing, and it's quick and easy, and it's easy to comment, and you can click on the hashtags and explore other different things, and you meet with people all over the world, and language isn't so much of a barrier, nor is time. I love Instagram. And in the links below, I have left a collection of hashtags that you can search to get you started. Or you could just follow me and follow my hashtags, because those are the ones that I use. Because I love Instagram and would love to see you there. Okay, this has been a profoundly long video, but there was a lot of information that I needed to share there. I hope it edits down further than it did when I docked it out, because that was kind of long. But I really hope you got some ideas and you feel inspired and empowered to expand your fiber horizons. I hear my baby crying, so that was perfect timing. Just kind of as a little housekeeping, we're doing really good. My immune system really sucks right now. I actually have a giant sty on my eyeball right now, which hurts and hives, but I saw a lactation consultant, so I'm getting the mastitis under control. My baby is thriving, and she's so intelligent. I know everybody says that, but she's 3 months old and she already does all kinds of cool stuff. So, you know, I just have to gush over her awesomeness. But I know a lot of you were wondering what I was up to. That's what it is. My immune system's just been kicking my butt recently, but I'm beginning to come back. I can't keep away. I love you guys. So, I'll see you next time.